My name is Elijah Lee. I'm in Accounting 201, and this is my Chipotle financial analysis presentation. In the presentation, we're going to look at the background, products, challenges, growth opportunities, environment and sustainability, a financial analysis, and areas of improvement for Chipotle. History. Chipotle is a Mexican food chain recognized for its simple menu, customizable orders, and fresh ingredients. It's hard to imagine that Chipotle, which has grown to become one of the largest fast casual restaurants in the US, began as a mere concept by Steve Ells. In 1990, Ells graduated from the Culinary Institute of America in New York and worked as a line cook in San Francisco. During this time, Ells was exposed to the concept of fine dining and gained the skills necessary to run his own restaurant. In 1993, with an $85,000 loan from his father, he opened the first Chipotle in Denver, Colorado, within close proximity to the University of Denver. The name Chipotle was inspired by the Mexican smoked dried jalapeno chili. The restaurant's menu was simple, consisting of made-to-order burritos, tacos, and salads. The ingredients were fresh, and the meats were cooked on a grill rather than reheated. The restaurant was an immediate success, with customers lining up for the affordable, delicious food. Ella's vision for the restaurant was to serve high-quality, fast food in a casual environment, and he believed that by using fresh, locally sourced ingredients, he could provide customers with a unique and authentic dining experience. In 1998, McDonald's invested $360 million in Chipotle, quickly becoming the company's largest investor and allowing expansion from 16 restaurants in 1998 to over 500 by 2005. Following the month of January in 2006, Chipotle became a publicly traded company. Chipotle's IPO was highly successful, with the company's stock price nearly doubling from $54 a share to $93 a share in 2007. Despite its rapid growth, Chipotle remained committed to using fresh, high-quality ingredients. The company sourced its ingredients from local farms whenever possible and was an early advocate for sustainable agricultural practices. Additionally, Chipotle's simple menu and customizable ordering process made it a popular choice for consumers who valued convenience and healthy eating. During the same year, however, McDonald's divested from Chipotle, considering it one of their non-core restaurants, and shifted their focus onto their own McDonald's franchise. Despite a withdrawal of investment and more than $1.5 billion of profits from McDonald's, Chipotle continued to grow exponentially, from $1.09 billion in profits in 2006 to $1.33 billion in 2007. Growth continued to $4.5 billion in 2014 until 2015, where there was an E. coli breakout, primarily affecting Washington and Oregon. With upwards of 50 reported E. coli cases in Washington and Oregon alone, the company had to retest ingredients, examine safety procedures, work with food scientists and food programs, and much more. A significant drop in revenue was seen from $4.5 billion in 2014 to $3.9 billion in 2015. Due to an increase in unexpected costs and a decrease in sales revenue, profits plummeted from $476 million to $23 million, a drop of 95%. It would take 2 years to return back to its normal sales and remain on an upward trajectory. Despite many ups and downs, Chipotle remains a powerhouse, with annual revenues continuing to dominate, exceeding $8.6 billion in 2022. The company's commitment to fresh ingredients and simple menu offerings have continued to resonate with consumers. Despite facing numerous challenges along the way, Chipotle has remained true to its core values and continues to provide for millions of consumers around the world. As the fast food restaurant industry continues to grow and evolve, we will dive into the ways Chipotle adapts and innovates to stay ahead of the competition. As many of us are familiar with, Chipotle offers 3 main menu options, which include bowls, burritos, and tacos. One of the unique aspects of Chipotle's menu is its emphasis on customization. Customers can choose their protein, beans, salsa, cheese, and other toppings to create a personalized meal that fits their taste preferences and dietary needs. Chipotle also offers a range of options for special diets, including vegetarian, vegan, and gluten-free options. In addition to its regular menu items, Chipotle also offers seasonal and limited-time menu items, such as chorizo or al pastor chicken that can be added to any entree. There are even kids' menus, sides of chips, and other beverages that can be paired on the side with your meal. Overall, Chipotle's menu offers a variety of Mexican-inspired food options that can be customized to fit the preferences of its customers. With its focus on using high-quality, fresh ingredients and offering options for special diets, it comes to no surprise that Chipotle has become a popular destination for healthier fast food. Despite its success and popularity, Chipotle faces several threats and challenges that have potential to impact its future growth and success. One of the biggest challenges that Chipotle faces is intense competition. The fast casual restaurant industry is highly competitive, with many well-known chains fighting for the same consumers. Competitors like Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, and many others all offer popular menu items and pricing, which can often make it difficult for Chipotle to stand out, even with their fresh ingredients and preparation methods. In addition to this, chains such as McDonald's now offer healthier and fresher options such as salads and Beyond Meat burgers that directly compete with Chipotle. Another threat that Chipotle faces is the increasing demand for delivery and takeout. With the rise of third-party delivery services like Uber Eats and DoorDash, Chipotle must invest in its own delivery system to remain competitive. Chipotle has already started offering delivery and mobile ordering, but it will need to continue to improve its service and keep up with consumer expectations. Another significant challenge for Chipotle is the risk of foodborne illness. As mentioned before, in 2015, Chipotle faced a major E. coli outbreak that's taken hundreds of customers across several states. This incident resulted in a significant drop in sales and profits and damaged the reputation of Chipotle. Since then, the company has continually implemented a new safety protocol and worked to rebuild consumer trust. However, proper food handling remains a priority, as any future outbreaks could have a devastating impact on the company's reputation and financial success. Lastly, Chipotle faces challenges related to labor and staffing. As a result of a post-pandemic economy, many restaurants and businesses have experienced a labor shortage, including Chipotle. Not only is it difficult to hire qualified employees, it is an even harder task to maintain employees in the long run. These labor-related challenges can impact the quality of service and consumer experience, ultimately impacting the company's reputation and consumer base. While Chipotle has enjoyed significant success and growth over the years, it continues to face several threats and challenges that could impact its future. However, by continuing to focus on quality, safety, and sustainability, Chipotle can continue to thrive in the fast casual restaurant industry. There are many growth opportunities Chipotle can utilize to expand the company. One of these is the expansion into international markets. One of the primary growth opportunities for Chipotle is to expand in international markets. While the company has a strong presence in the US, there is a significant opportunity to grow in other countries. Currently, Chipotle has locations in Canada, the UK, France, and Germany, but there is potential to expand further into Europe and Asia. By expanding into new markets, Chipotle can increase revenue and consumer base, building a more diversified business that taps into many geographical regions. Another growth opportunity for Chipotle is to expand its menu offerings. While the company has a loyal customer base, some consumers may be hesitant to visit frequently due to the limited menu options. By adding new menu items, Chipotle can attract new consumers and increase sales from existing customers. While Chipotle adds seasonal options such as special meats and sides, the company can improve the low-carb options, appealing to vegetarians or others on a diet. Additionally, Chipotle could explore adding breakfast options to the menu, which could help drive sales during the morning hours. Lastly, as technology continues to evolve, Chipotle has an opportunity to invest in its own to improve the customer experience. The company has already made significant investments in its digital platform, including the Chipotle app, which allow customers to order online, track rewards, and receive personalized offers. Going forward, however, Chipotle could explore additional ways to use technology to enhance the customer experience, such as implementing mobile ordering and payment options to better serve customer preferences. On April 11th, 2023, Chipotle launched a sustainability campaign with the goal being to maximize energy efficiency and utilize 100% renewable energy to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The primary goal is to reduce both direct and indirect greenhouse gas emissions that are emitted into the atmosphere by 50% by 2030. There are certain steps Chipotle plans to take that will expedite the national implementation of these policies, some of which include standardizing the installation of electric equipment and energy management systems in all restaurants, investing in renewable resource studies and the adoption of lower carbon fuels, and exploring regenerative agricultural practices within the supply chain and the strategies to reach their goals. Besides reducing greenhouse gas emissions, Chipotle has placed an emphasis on the importance of ethical practices and the relationship between humans and nature. Chipotle has taken an approach that maintains the use of real ingredients free of any artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. Furthermore, Chipotle has purchased more than 36 million pounds of local produce, 14 million pounds of organically grown produce, and invested more than 35 million into local food systems. Chipotle has continued to work with suppliers and farmers to supply their restaurants with fresh and delicious food while maintaining ethical animal welfare and supporting local organic growers. First, looking at the liquidity and efficiency ratios, you can see the current ratio in 2022 of 1.28 demonstrated Chipotle's strong ability to meet and pay current obligations. The quick ratio of 1.24 indicates that short-term obligations are paid easily with liquid assets. And seen with the cash ratio of 0.98, the company is able to pay off short-term obligations with cash and cash equivalents. However, when compared to McDonald's and Taco Bell in 2022, Chipotle had the lowest revenue employee and income employee ratios, which could be a sign of improper staffing and an uneven distribution of resources. Chipotle had the highest receivable turnover of 49.58 in 2022, which is a great sign that the company receives payments when necessary and debits more than credits consumers. Lastly, a significant drop in the receivable turnover ratio can be seen in 2020 at a low of 15.45. However, it gradually rose again to 49.58 in 2022. This is likely due to the pandemic and a decrease in consumer spending. In 2022, Chipotle had the lowest debt-to-capital ratio of 61.18 in comparison to 114.06 for McDonald's and 334.5 for Taco Bell. For the past 5 years, Chipotle has maintained a low rate in the 60s, indicating that the company has more capital relative to the amount of debt. Chipotle had the lowest debt-to-assets ratio of 46.7 in 2022 as well, in comparison to McDonald's of 96.56 and Taco Bell of 216.58, indicating that the company has a larger amount of assets to debt compared to their main competitors. Taco Bell had the strongest debt-to-equity ratio of 138.16 compared to Chipotle of 157.57 and McDonald's with negative 881.24. Taco Bell's slightly lower ratio can be attributed to the fact that they became a publicly traded company in 1970, as opposed to 2006 for Chipotle. McDonald's debt-to-equity ratio is concerning, as it indicates that the company has far more liabilities than assets, not surprising due to its continual global expansion, endorsements, and an abundance of debt, to name a few. Although McDonald's has a slightly larger number of debt in comparison to Taco Bell and Chipotle, on the contrary, they do have the largest profit margins. In 2022, McDonald's recorded a profit margin of 56.43%, while Taco Bell recorded a profit margin of 48.33% and Chipotle of 20.56%. Although lower than its competitors, Chipotle's profit margin is still extremely strong in comparison to the average profit margin of 5 to 8%, especially considering its low debt-to-equity ratio. Chipotle's return on assets of 11.5% is strong, as it shows there's a significant return on money earned per dollar of assets. Although not as high as McDonald's and Taco Bell, Chipotle is willing to keep their prices for delicious, fresh food at a low price in order to maintain their loyal fan base. Chipotle's high return on common stockholders' equity in 2022 of 38.54% in comparison to Taco Bell and McDonald's, which indicate that Chipotle has high profitability and is able to convert stockholders' investment into profit. This ensures investors of the financial stability of Chipotle. Lastly, in 2022, Chipotle had the highest price per earnings ratio of 55.38 in comparison to McDonald's with a ratio of 31.76 and Taco Bell with a ratio of 33.32. This high ratio could be interpreted in many ways, as it indicates that the price per share is significantly higher than the earnings per share, but it is also a sign of company growth and stock value. Furthermore, Chipotle had the highest earnings per share of 32.28 in comparison to McDonald's earnings per share of 8.39 and Taco Bell of 4.63 in 2022. Taking this into account, it can be inferred that Chipotle's high price per earnings ratio is a good sign, as they are charging a higher price for their valuable stock that results in a high earnings per share. Chipotle is doing a number of things well, which include the management of assets, short and long-term liabilities, and stockholders' equity. They also have a consistent turnover of receivables, indicating less payment on account and or losses in sale. They have maintained consistently lower rates of debt to capital and assets in comparison to the competition. And lastly, they've created a globally recognized reputation as an affordable, healthy, and delicious fast casual chain. However, there are a couple areas to improve, which include 1. The potential adjustments in employee management, with the goal being to decrease employee costs and unnecessary staffing, while still maintaining workers' benefits and a strong reputation. These changes could potentially increase the revenue to employee ratio and increase the income to employee ratio. Secondly, they could decrease the debt to equity ratio through the removal of unnecessary expenses or a moderate increase in the sales stock. And finally, they could go to deeper lengths with the investment in ethical animal consumption, renewable energy sources, and safe food handling methods.